Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited to do another one of these interviews with one of the fantastic musicians that I've gotten to work with over the last 6 months or so. You've heard him. If you saw the Undertale finale, you've seen him. Horacio, welcome to the channel, man. How are you doing?
I'm really good, really good. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely, man. Well, you're one of my favorite players like ever now. You have such a great strength for playing and such a positive passion for music, and I love that positive energy. I'm really drawn to that, and so many people at Musiversal have it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I really love what I do. I'm really blessed of having the chance, to play drums for a living. This is my passion, so it doesn't feel like I'm working. It's just having fun.
Absolutely, dude. Well, why don't you give us the two sentence bio and kind of use that to just kind of talk about what has drawn you into music the most? What do you kind of think about the most? I imagine that for you, rhythm is of like the utmost importance. So maybe, some how you're thinking about BPMs or whatever, but I wanted to open up the floor to you to share what you're passionate about most.
Man, well, I started playing drums, marching, snare drums and tenor, in my school when I was like 8 years old. I was, captivated by just the shape and the sound of the drums. It was like something really, really natural for me. I started playing, in the Costa Rican type of marching bands. They're really different from the ones in the United States.
How so?
So, it's more about playing, with each other and playing, some traditional songs, folk songs. It's not that rudimental type of playing, really crazy hybrid rudiment type of playing. It's more, it's different. So, but what I like the most about that was the the interaction with the other people. I love the way that you can communicate with each other through rhythm, and not playing that much. I was just starting out, and I just fell in love with the communication, with the other players when I was very young, and I did that like for 3 years, and then after that, I was in another high school, like when I was 11 years old. So there was a drum set, a blue drum set there, and it was like love at first sight. I have never ever played a drum set before. I used to play the snare drum and that, and also on boxes and pans and everything I could find in my house. But then I saw that drum set, that blue drum set, and it was just like, man, I have to play that. It's calling me for some reason. I don't know why. I fell in love with that.
How old were you with that again?
I was 11 years old. So, I was just the rest is history. I started taking lessons there. Trying to play as much as I could. Learning learning classical, rudimental playing, but I enrolled on all the ensembles I could find in my high school, and also made through the years some original bands there. So I was playing from classical percussion ensemble to alternative rock to funk, jazz with the saxophone ensemble that I played the drums. So music for me is not about just one music genre, or I'm not like a rock drummer or a funk drummer. I'm just a drummer, a musician that enjoys playing music, because I don't know, I love everything about it. It's amazing, man. It gives me purpose in life. It gives me a lot of good things. It heals my soul. So it's amazing. I just love playing drums, and I couldn't be doing anything else, man.
Yeah, I totally feel you on that. I don't want to go too deep necessarily, but like, do you feel like you were somebody who maybe like you had some depression at times? And because when you talk about giving you purpose, I relate to that a lot. And I felt
Hmm.
at different times like very lost or very kind of like like outsider or whatever. And music for me has been like the connective tissue that's like always the thing that I can work on, always the thing that is better at communicating with people than my words are ever. And just like it just like feels really good. So the it's like this lighthouse or something that I'm drawn to. Do you relate to those things at all in your past as well, or is it a little different?
Man, absolutely yes. Music is always there for you in all. If you are celebrating something, or if you are depressed, or you are sad, you're melancholic, or I don't know, you broke up with your girlfriend, and you're it's always there for you. It doesn't matter the mood you are. It's there, and it never lets you down. I don't know if I explain, but it's just what I said that gives me purpose. It's like I know every day that it doesn't matter if what's going on in my life. I know I have music, and music is something that I'm very passionate about. So it gives me, like if I'm feeling bad or whatever, no, I play drums, and it just it's amazing. It's part of my. It's like an extension of my soul. It's just as you said. It sometimes I communicate better with music. Through drums or even another instrument. They play a little bit of piano, so sometimes I just grab the piano and start playing some songs, or some improvising some melodies over some harmony, whatever. So it's just healing for me. It's really, it has done wonders in my life, emotionally and also physically. Drums are a very really physical instrument, so you have to be in shape, to be playing many hours each day. So it's good all around, emotionally, physically. So sure, man. Music is just, and you can, if you are living through some moment with your, I don't know, your family or your couple or friends, you can have one special song, that every time you play it, it gives you chills, So it's really powerful. So of course,
Yeah.
absolutely, it has made an impact on myself, and when I'm feeling anything, lost or happy or whatever. So it's always there, and it's really wonderful.
Well, I did take your advice to take creatine and potassium, and I was actually
Yeah,
I've taken creatine in the past, so I was especially shocked by how effective the potassium was at just like extra energy, especially.
yeah,
Yeah, it's amazing. So, little tip for everyone.
yeah. Sure, man. Sure, you've got to have your nutrition going on. It's your well-being is not only about the being mentally in the right place. You have to be physically really, so you can give your 100% every time. You have to be fit. You have to exercise. Have your nutrition really, 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 spot on. So yeah, it's you have to be well rounded if you want to be like really, really happy. Sometimes people are like, I don't know why I feel so bad, so depressed, and it's like, have you gone outside? Have you
Yeah.
have you how many steps have you done today? have you exercised? Like, no. So, you know, you need to have a balance. You know, music and everything is amazing. It's great, but it's not the only thing. You have to remember that we as human beings, we have thousands of years of evolution, and you know, it's really weird to be sitting all day in front of a computer. So that's not natural. You know, it's how we work nowadays. But you have to be outside. You have to walk. You need to exercise. You need to compensate for the lack of, you know, movement and everything that you used to we used to do, you know, in or years ago, you know, when we didn't have all the convenience we have today. So that's key. You know, if you walk every day a little bit, if you you know, you play your instrument, you eat well, try to avoid alcohol. You know, you can have a drink or two, but if you are doing that every day, you know, you're not going to feel right. So you know, you just need to have a balance, and never forget that if you don't take care of your body, you're not going to be mentally in the right place. You know, it's really hard.
So, what would be your biggest advice for, since a lot of my viewers are on the younger side? I know I have people who are like, they want to start cello, or they have started cello, or they're in college for music. And I remember, I think at those periods of life, it can be a little bit harder to at least immediately grab some of the healing aspects of music that you were talking about. At least because you're just not as good at it yet, and you have to really sit with it a while sometimes. So, what would be maybe some advice you would give to younger people for like how to just trust that they're on a good path to getting there with music, so that it keeps getting better and better of an experience over time?
You know, try to surround yourself with the right people. That's really important because you need to have you know, the not only the education. I always encourage people to learn, you know, with a really good teacher. And if you don't like the teacher, you know, you don't have to stick to it. You need to have the person that you can make the connection with, and that teacher can give you, you know, can connect you to other people. You know, it's really nice when you are surrounded by people that have the same passion as yourself. We are social beings, you know. You don't have to just stay just in, you know, in the practice room. You need to go out and play and surround yourself with people, and that motivates you a lot. You know, trying to find a nice healthy environment for that, and you know, and be very open to constructive criticism. You know, you need to throw your ego. You know, if you're learning, you have to be always willing to listen to what people are telling you. You know, so that way you can take whatever you think. You know, you don't have to listen to everybody, and like if somebody's trying to make you feel bad, you know, just that's not right. You know, you need to know what's a good criticism for you. You need to be open to learning a lot of music, a lot of styles, and trying to play with as many people you can, so you can you know, as I said before, you're not just a classical musician, or you know, you can you know, you can learn from all the styles, you know, and that can help you get a lot of, you know, in the long run, get you a lot of work, gigs, and everything, you know. So if you surround yourself with the right people at the beginning stages, you're going to have a really fun time, because you know that networking helps you grow a lot as a musician, and also as a as a human being, so that's very
Yeah.
important.
I really appreciate what you said, the caveat you gave about accepting criticism, because sometimes there really are like situations where certain teachers, conductors, or even just general environments at some schools can be genuinely also toxic, and
Yeah.
then it can be hard. So I appreciate that you were giving the caveat, like, you know, just listen and be searching for information, because you can accept or reject it later as you've sorted through it, and that's kind of a
Yes.
good, yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. In the that environment could be really toxic. People are trying to compete with each other, and there's sometimes some conductors and band directors that are really tough. But if you learn to be really stoic about it, try to control how you react to what the people say, and try to not lose your temper. That's key, because if you get angry, and everything, it's worse for you, So you have to keep your temper, and know. Of course, if you feel like the environment is really toxic and there's nothing you can do about it, really, it's better to move on, to find another place or something, because that's you can't change people. You can't change people, but you can see how you react to that. Um, don't some never taking things personally. That's really important too. That's why I said, like, constructive criticism is really important. That's how you learn. If I don't know, if somebody is telling you, like, hey man, you're really rushing through the songs, you are not going to say, no, I'm not. You say, oh really, and you record yourself, and then you hear it after that, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm rushing, and I'm not in the in the pocket, and I'm not listening to the other people, or so instead of just getting angry, or whatever, just try to keep calm, and, oh okay, I'm gonna fix that, or yeah, I'll see. I'll record myself, and to be able to hear myself after, and that, so just keeping your temper. That's really important. Being really stoic. I really like that philosophy. Of it's not it's not rejecting your feelings. It's just um, knowing how you can react to everything, and so that will give you a lot of peace, and a lot of you know your self-esteem is going to remain good, and everything. So yeah.
Really tricky waters to navigate. And yeah, I
Yeah.
do think that it's worth noting, um, as we're like far on the other end of like the, you know trying to learn musical journey from the perspective of, just starting out. Of course, there's a lot more places that you can go and I can go, um,
Yeah.
but that's because of that nature of it, and the impossibility of learning everything about music, and because like people know that there are toxic environments. It's kind of a weird paradox, but what I've found is that, like, at first going through school, there was more and more like pressure put on me, or so it felt. But then
Hmm.
after that, as I just like moved to a city, was trying to like be around with people, just doing actual like gigs and stuff. It was like it suddenly got a lot more relaxed than ever.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah, and like most
absolutely.
most musical
It
environments are actually really chill.
totally. It's because I think people are more mature. When you are in school, maybe people are just they're maybe really insecure, and they project that to everybody, and they don't know. This music is is about connecting with people, you know. And if you are with a negative energy, you know, people are not wanting to hire you. You know, if you're studying, you're in the school, and uh, you know, you just enroll in the band and everything. But if you are in a professional environment and you are you're a douchebag, you're not going to. People are not going to want to work with you, and even worse, on a tour. You know, who's going to want to have a negative person and you know, a toxic person on a bus tour, you know, for a month straight? It's you know, and also it's like there are a lot of really good, amazing players. So if you are a bad person, or if you are really toxic, or if you stay with that attitude in high school or whatever, you know, and it doesn't matter how good you are, you know, people are going to hire someone that maybe is not as good, but is really nice and really easygoing. And so people, you know, learn through the years that you have to be chill. You have to be willing to help and to listen, you know. And if you are myself, I'm a drummer, so most of the time I'm playing for an artist, you know, as the bass player, and that you're the rhythm section. It's like you need to listen and try to play for the music, and that has to be reflected on how you are and yourself, you know. You have to be willing to help, to listen, to cooperate, you know, not compete, you know. The competition is with yourself. Competition is with trying to get better every day, you know. 1% better every day in every aspect, musically or socially, whatever. That's the competition with yourself, because you are the only one that can change yourself, you know. You cannot change people, you can change yourself. So if you put the hours, you are organized, you invest in your craft, in your education, you're going to go places. That's how I see it, you know. And so people have to be really mature when you get in a professional level. You have to be really, really mature and willing to cooperate and be kind. That's important.
And to be honest, it's not easy, because like I came from a somewhat toxic environment growing up myself, and so I had some of those habits. And
Yeah.
I've been on the negative side of basically what you're talking about. It rings really true to me. Like at the end of college, I had a more douchebag personality,
Yeah.
and it showed. And I think that in the end, what I got out of that phase of life was good, but it wasn't able to be good until I retreated from that and just went back to focusing on playing music really well. And
Yeah.
the longer I did that, and the longer it had been, it's years and years compound on years. There really is no other attitude to have other than gratitude and just
Yes.
like peace with it, because no amount of like compliment that you could get is ever, even if you were like the most narcissistic person, it's never going to make you feel so much better that alone is worth how difficult it can be to just keep going with something for like decades. I feel so.
Exactly.
It's just kind of like by the time you're just in it, you're in it regardless. And compliments are nice, but negative feedback also kind of rolls off, and you're just like, all right, I'm just keeping the pace.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that, you know, you need to, you need to have an ego, but you know, a healthy one. You know, like if you're good at what you're doing, it's like be proud of it. Be proud of what you have achieved, and you know, don't be too humble. You know, you need to be proud of what you can do, and you need to you know, I can do this really well, but you know, don't brag about it. Just play. Just you know, just do it. You know, if you start bragging and yeah, I'm the best. So that's not going to take you anywhere. But if you just play and you're this man, well, you play amazing. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it. That's all. That's the attitude, and that has opened a lot of doors. For myself, I'm really blessed. I have a lot of gigs. I work with many people, and working with Miss Universal is amazing. And I haven't even have a problem with a client. It's like I've done more than 1,000 sessions, and it's awesome. Just be willing to cooperate and listen. It's you don't never. Why are you wanting to prove a point? Just do your thing, man. So that's the thing. How I see it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for this conversation. I felt like we got into some really good stuff, so I really
Sure,
appreciate all of the words of wisdom and the drumming and energy, of course, as always too. So I look forward to doing some more music with you next time as well.
man. Looking forward to it. It's always really fun making music with you, and really looking forward to.
Well, hey guys, sorry I forgot to reset the camera there just at the end there. We'll see. Hopefully that's not too bad. But I want to thank again Horatio for coming on. It's been such a pleasure to do these interviews and to be able to share not just the musicians' music, but also their amazing personalities and ideas with you guys. So thanks once again for joining me. Make sure to like and subscribe, share the video if you like it, and see you in the next one.